Good afternoon, everyone. All right, just like always, we got volume. Hello, hello. We got a busy project today, so I am going to get started because today is a lot going on with our little wreath here. Look at our little wreath. I'm going to turn it on. It's got a battery pack on the back of it. Let's see where it's. This is the example. Oh, let's see, right here. The example, turn the lights on. Look at how neat that is. Our little holiday battery pack with our snowflake ornament, snowflake wreath. This is perfect. This is going to be perfect if you are looking for, if you're one that likes to decorate your cabinet doors or multiple, like in small doors. This is a great little wreath that you can do. It lights up and down, lights up. And so that's how it looks without the lights on it. This is how it looks once we turn the lights on. Really pretty cute, pretty cool. So there's a lot to it, so we are going to get started. But before we get started, I want to show you guys how last week's wreath turned out. And I know I didn't get to show it all to you because we didn't have quite enough bulbs, in my opinion. So I went out and I purchased some additional bulbs. And I'm going to bring out here. This is how it looks now. It is so full, so pretty. I also added some really small ones I found at the Dollar Tree, the same color, really small bulbs. And then I filled it in even more with some of the medium size. And then this is so there are 3 different sizes on here. Good morning, everyone. There are 3 different sizes on this wreath of all Dollar Tree bulbs. I think I may have used, between all of the sizes, I had to have used at least 10 packages. And then, of course, this big one in the middle that we decorated ourselves to make it very classy, very shabby chic. And then here's how I did the back to cover up the wires. I found this this ribbon at the Dollar Tree as well, and I just put that around the back of it to cover it up. And then, of course, I put a little hanger on it so that I can hang it. That's how it turned out. I wasn't able to put pictures up about it last week, so I wanted to show you guys that. Now we're going to work on this week's project. And this week we're going to create this little wreath that I told you about here. So we will get going and get started because there are quite a few things to this wreath. Quite a few. So where do I want to put this so we can, I'll put it here until it gets in my way. And then once it gets in my way, I will move it. All right, so we're starting out. I picked up from the Dollar Tree some of this in the crafter square. This is the roll of felt that they have. And we're just going to we're going to draw the outside a circle. You want to do this before you use the rest of the felt, and I'll explain that in a minute. You're probably like, what does that mean before we use the rest of it? But you want to go ahead and cut your circle out to make sure that you have enough felt to, well, you don't want it to move, that's for sure, to cover the back of your wreath. Now, these little wreaths you can pick up from the Dollar Tree as well, and they come 2 in a pack. And so I'm trying to create 2 of these cabinet wreaths out of this one package. And this is the felt that is in the crafter square area now with all that fabric and felt that they sell. So we'll save the rest of that. And we're just going to cut out our circle. This is going to be our backing. So we're jumping right in and not delaying today because this does have quite a few pieces. And I want to get this done within an hour because I have busy, busy day of crafting projects. A couple of customers have ordered some off the mat projects that I need to get done and delivered for baby showers and birthday parties. And then I have some holiday things coming up that I need to get working on. I think next week we might do a epoxy project because I have been asked to make a bowl out of epoxy for a Christmas gift. All right. So here we go. You guys aren't talking to me yet today, but that's okay. I hope you will. We're going to take this circle and we're going to leave it like that. The end pieces here, I'm just cutting this down because we will use this. We'll get rid of that. Okay. Next, I am going to come in. I'm going to move that out of the way. The other thing, if you were going to do this project, we're going to use these little trees from the Dollar Tree. These came silver. These came gold. I couldn't find any silver ones. So I painted them with white so that it would look like it had some snow on it. And I also painted the base white. So if we were going to do this off screen or just go ahead and paint it early so that while you're working on your project, it could be drying. All right, let me see here. I keep trying to determine if I need to raise you up higher or bring you closer. I'm not sure which way to go, but we will see. Okay, so then also picked up from the Dollar Tree these little lights. It's the little tin snowflake lights. They're so cute. They're just adorable, and they have a blue tint to them. On the screen, they look white, but they really do, in person, they're blue. But that's okay because they'll still work. I do wish that they were pure white, and I probably could get away with using a different kind of bulb. Excuse me. A different kind of light, but part of the effect of the Snowflake cabinet door wreath is to have the snowflake show. Otherwise, it loses its whole feel for me. It loses its whole vibe. Happy Sunday. I am Divine. Happy Sunday. I'm glad you're here. I was looking for my girl. I knew you'd come in. I knew you wouldn't let me down. We're creating a cabinet door wreath today. It's going to be a snowflake theme cabinet door wreath, if I'm saying that properly. And I'm in the mix of trying to get this thing untangled here. Okay. You got to sleep in the extra hour. Believe it or not, my body woke up. So the extra hour really didn't take effect on me. I just got to start doing some other stuff around the house an hour earlier because I'm that clock, right? I just get up based on that internal clock. And then toward the latter part of when we switch, now when we spring back, I'll be up late every morning, but now I'm getting up early every day. So okay, so we're going to take we're going to take our string of lights and we're just going to wrap them around, stretching them out as we go around our wreath frame. And I am not going to glue these down. This is important to me that we do not glue these down because we need to make sure that we get them positioned where the entire wreath has some of the lights around it. So gluing it down too early could be a challenge for you. So we're going to just keep going around the circle until we have the entire wreath covered with a light in each section. Okay. And honestly, you don't have to glue it down. When this is done, you'll be able to reutilize these lights for something else. You can take them off and use them for something else. Okay, and I'm just going to wrap this cord around here twice so that holds that in place. So this portion right here is being held in place by this hook and the light itself. And this portion is being held in place by wrapping it around the, I'm bringing you in closer, by wrapping it around the, there we go, wrapping it around the wreath foam. The second thing we're going to do, remember I said cut out the circle for your wreath. Now we're just going to make, and that's why I wanted to cut it out, because I wanted to make sure we had enough of this fabric to do our circle, even if we don't have enough for this part. Right now, I'm just going to cut strips on here. Let's do it on camera. I'm going to cut strips of this felt, piece of felt. They don't have to be perfect. You can use your Cricut machine if you want to cut these out. I'm just going to cut them out by hand because it's not that complicated. We don't have to make it hard because you're going to cover these up anyway. And what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to start at the bottom of the wreath and cover up those, our light wires and our lights, leaving the lights out. So see how I'm aiming this one down? I'm aiming this down so that the light itself stays out and is not under the felt, but the wires are. And we just keep wrapping it over itself on one side and then covering all the way around as we go. If you get to a side and you find out that your felt is ending on the top, that's okay. Just put a little hot glue, close it down, and take your next piece of felt, wrap it from the bottom. This one's a little thick. I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. Oh, you had your grandkids this weekend? How many do you have? I love kids, and they can be very, very, they can expend a lot of energy, especially if you're not used to having them all the time. Right now, I don't have any grandkids, and I'm okay with that because my daughter is 20 in school. I'd like to see her finish school, but yeah, no grandkids yet, so that's fine with me. So we're going to do this all the way around. Oh, you have 4. Really? Girls, boys mix, or one of a little bit of all of one or all of the other? I'm going to cut this down again too. And this is the exact reason why I wanted to make sure that we got our circle cut out of it first so that we would have enough to at least do the circle. If we run out on this, we can figure another way to make our little, to cover this up. We could figure out a different way, but we definitely need enough for the circle. 3 boys and 1 girl. Oh my God. And I bet she is spoiled princess. Are they siblings or cousins? I bet she is a spoiled princess. Hi, Cassandra D. Cassandra D. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. We are making a snowflake wreath. I've got it too close to me there so you guys can't see what I'm doing. Right now, I'm just wrapping this felt around, leaving the snowflakes out so that you can see them. That's how it's lit. Snowflakes, hello. And we're talking about Divine's grandkids. 4, 9, 11, and the girl is 15. Okay, so they probably came in and ruined her world. Because she probably was the apple of everybody's eye until these other little kids came in and ruined my world. Put a little dab of glue on the back of there. Try to make sure I stay in frame so you guys can see me all the way what I'm doing here. Sometimes I bring it close to my body, forgetting that it's out of frame so that I can see what I'm doing over the project. We're almost done wrapping. And when you're wrapping, just make sure your snowflakes are the way that you would like them to be, the direction that you want them to be, or up or down. If they're not, you can always glue them later, but doing it while you work your project makes it a lot easier. And then once we come to the end here, we're going to flip it over and we'll apply a little hot glue just to hold that in. And I have my little Mod Podge press here. I like to use this because this helps me press it and hold it down without getting burnt. All right, so that's how we look so far. I am going to just fix a few places where I see, well, I don't have to do that. We can do it later. All right, so that's how it looks thus far. And the places where we have our, we can always glue these down if we need to. We don't have to right now because they're perfect. On this one, I actually used 2 sets of the lights, and I felt like it was too much, too many snowflake lights when you turn it on. So I took the battery pack out of one, and now I just have those snowflakes there. But so on this second one that we're making here, we're only going to use 1 set of the lights. Then out of Crafter Square, I picked up this glitter tool. This is the silver glitter tool. I'm going to take that and we're going to wrap this around our project as well. Now I'm going to wrap it in sections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off a long strip. And I'm going to fold it in half. And then as we wrap it around our wreath, it will fold itself again. So I'm going to start down here again at the bottom, holding it in the back, and just wrap it around the wreath so that we can, it does 2 things. It's going to add some glam to the bottom of the wreath, and it's going to help cover up the what is this stuff called? The felt. Loss of words. You guys know, for some reason, every time I get on camera, I lose my words. I don't know why. And it's funny because usually I have a lot to say. So let me tell you guys something funny about that too. This weekend, we had a roast of one of the politicians in the city, and I was the MC for the roast. And there's this attorney that is here locally, of which I adore. He's a great guy. He talks so much. And so when he came up, part of the roast for me on him was that he is the smartest person in the room and he loves to conversate and talk. And it was funny when he came up to get back on the stage. Of course, on a roast, you get to get back at people. And he came back at me saying, I'm the most talkative council person at the table. He turns the channel on and I'm talking. And then when he changes it and come back, I'm still talking. And he knows that, how did he say it? It was something like he wasn't sure which one was, my mouth is jealous of my rear end. Of course, he used the A word, wanting to know which one puts out the most poop. And of course, he used the S word on that. It was so funny to me. It was hilarious. We had such a good time at that roast. So yeah, and then to get on here and to be at a loss of words every time I have to try to describe something to you guys or talk to you guys about this project, it really becomes funny. Look at how that almost looks like snowflakes across there, like it's glistening snow from the glitter. So we're going to pull out a little bit more and work ourselves the rest of the way around the wreath. And you only have to go around the wreath 1 time with this tool, because this isn't your focal part and you don't want to have it overbearing. The other thing about the tool is if you don't want to use silver, you could use, there's white tool. You could use that. I like the silver because I basically wanted my wreath to be more silver and white instead of just plain white. So remember, on these projects, I'm just kind of giving you ideas of what you can do, and you're crafting with me while I am just relaxing and de-stressing, and we're just working together. And keep going around. Can you see what I'm doing? Keep going around your project. The biggest thing is you want to make sure that you are getting it around your snowflakes to help them lay in place. And then don't try not to pull your tool too tight. You don't want to make it taut real hard. Just try to use the same kind of tightness as you work your way around your project, covering up all the white and getting your snowflakes laid down the way you want. And another thing too, if you did anything like this is just an idea. You don't have to lay the snowflakes down. You can have them sticking out, like this one's sticking out, this one's out. You could have them placed any place you want to. And we have that around. I'm just going to come around the back of here and glue the tool in place. A little bit of hot glue and hold it down with my stick. See this little piece sticking off here? With this little piece, I am going to trim that off once we got it stuck down. There we go. Okay. So that is how that looks. Now, before we move forward, looking at this one, we want to go ahead and place our backing on so that we can place our trees on. I'm going to set this aside. And I took a piece of tulle on this one as well. And I just laid tulle across the top of it. So I'm going to cut a small piece off. I layered one on the bottom. And then I came across it and layered one on the top. Doesn't have to be a lot or long. And on the top here. All right. Now, I will trim this excess tulle off of here after we have it all positioned. But I'm just going to come in and lay hot glue around the edge of the project. And you'll understand why I'm doing this in a second. And I'm going to find my cord. And now I'm going to lay that on. Sandwich that in just like that. And then press it in on the bottom, on the back. Bring it out just a little bit so you can see. Why does my thing always look crooked on here? Is this crooked to you? I guess it is. There. I always look crooked on screen. There we go. Okay. Now I'm just going to come in and trim the tulle off the back. How was everybody's week? Are you preparing for the holidays coming up? What do we have? Thanksgiving coming really quickly, really fast. Thanksgiving is coming. And be careful not to cut your strings on your lights, or the whole project will be wasted. Yep, Thanksgiving is coming really fast. That's my mom's favorite holiday, so I'm curious to see what we have coming from our family for Thanksgiving. How did this get in here? Thanksgiving is her favorite holiday. And my favorite one is Christmas. So I have all the big dreams about what I'm going to do for Christmas. And one is I'm going to get 2 upside down Christmas trees. Have you guys seen those? Have you seen the upside down Christmas trees? I talked to my husband this morning and I told him, I said, I am very determined I want an upside down Christmas tree. And he's like, okay, whatever. He's like, well, you're going to buy another tree, is what he says, because I have like 8 of them or something. And I said, no, I'm not going to buy another. I'm actually going to buy 2 because I want one on each side of the fireplace. And he just said, okay. Bless his heart. He's so kind and patient. All right. So our little trees that we painted earlier, what we're going to do is do them in a little form of 3 right here. And these are just baby bottle cleaners with part of the wire taken down. You could make these. I think if we bought a baby bottle cleaner, cut them off and picked off some of these prickles and stuck them in a little piece of wood, you can make these. You don't even have to stick them in wood. You could stick them in anything that would hold the tree to make it stand up. And that's something, that's all that is. But this comes from the Dollar Tree as well. They come 6 in a pack. I'm going to put some glue on the bottom. And stick them down on our project. Yeah, that's just baby bottle cleaner. Right. And remember now, if you came in late, I told you I painted these with just some white paint, some deco art or some art craft white paint, just to make it look like it had a little bit of snow. I really wish that I could have found these in silver, but I did not find them in my craft store at my Dollar Tree in silver, but I'm okay with the way they look with this gold on them. We're just going to glue these in the space here. Let's see how we're doing now. All right, that's how it looks so far. That's how it looks so far. The next thing that we are going to do is I have these white bulbs that I found on when I was buying the other projects to finish the one that we worked on last week. It had these, some of them had white bulbs inside of them. And so I'm going to take these white bulbs and we're going to make a little bulb wreath at the top. Just a little bulb, 3 little bulbs, 3 little bulbs at the top here. I'm pulling off the caps. Pitch those. And I'm going to glue these babies together. Tragedy going on over here. There's one. And hold them. You guys are quiet on me this morning. Everything okay? And let's add this one. Those didn't quite dry. This glue gun is so hot that it takes it a long time for stuff to dry. Okay, let's try this again. I'm trying to glue them from the bottom so that you don't see all that glue on the top. I'm going to place them right there. They almost look like ping pong balls, don't they? They do. They almost look like ping pong balls, you guys. They almost look like ping pong balls. And hold them until they dry. Do you think they do? They look like ping pong balls. Okay, I'm going to set those right there and let them dry. And while we're waiting on that to dry, I want to show you this little thing that I made to go in the center of them. I'm going to plop that right there in the center. This is, it's kind of hard to see it, but it's just a, let's set those there. This is just a, some silver beads. Can you see that? There's silver beads and some white iridescent beads that I circled in a circle and put on top of each other to try to make my little center berry. So we'll let that dry for a second. In the meantime, while that is drying, I'm going to take some more of this tulle and we're going to make a little bow. Come on, tulle. Where's the end of it? Right there. This tulle is really fine. Take the rest of it off the ring. Not very much, but we use what we had. Balance it out. Make it even. Come on. Why are you doing this to me? Work with me, not against me. Okay, so I'm stretching the tulle out to make it even and folding it in half. I'm going to pull you up here. Which way? Right there. All right. And then I'm going to just take a part of it around the finger. One. And the other one, two. Wrap it around to make a bow out of the tulle. Put a little hot glue on the back of this. Hold the ribbon in. Take my holder stick here because that's going to be heavy. It's going to be hot rather. And let that dry, and then we'll fluff our little flower out, our bow out here on the end. Get out of the way. You guys hear me talking to myself? I'm talking to y'all. I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to y'all. Okay. So we have a bow. We'll fluff it up a little bit more once we get it situated. We're going to put our bow right here. Just trust me on this. I know you're like, what is she doing? But trust me, it's coming, it's coming. Put our bow right here. And then, while I'm holding things down to stay in place, I'll put some hot glue on top of here. And I will put my 3 little bulbs right on top of there. And we'll just hold that down for a minute. We'll let that dry. While I'm holding that right here, the loop that I made when I looped the ribbon together, I'm going to go ahead and cut that loop open. So this will be, okay, holding everything down so that it all dries flat. So yeah, the roast was pretty good. And then yesterday was really fun too. I don't know, fun, all of it. Yesterday was all the emotions that could ever happen. Yesterday was all the emotions. I think I shared with you guys before that I was raised Church of God in Christ. We call it Kojic. And one of the church mothers who was close to 100, I believe, she was senior mother. She passed a couple weeks ago and they had her funeral service yesterday. So that was very emotional. And the church was outrageously packed. It was so full of people who loved her. And I wouldn't expect to see anything different because she was absolutely a jewel. Made the best peach cobbler on earth, I'm told. I'm not a peach cobbler fan, but everyone always wanted her peach cobbler. So we'll squeeze this right down in the middle of there. And I'm still holding everything down so that it can dry flat. All right. There we go. I have that. Now I'm going to take my tool and I'm just going to position it, poking it into these wires so that it'll hold it in place and position it over our trees. I want it too thick, so I'm going to cut a few pieces out here. A little bit of it out. Thin that down a little bit. If it's too thick, it won't be pretty. And then I'm going to cut off the excess. And you can leave these as long or as thick, or if you don't want these to go over you don't have to have them there, right? But then I cut off the excess. All right, so that's how it looks thus far. What are you guys thinking? Now, on this one here before, I put these little snowflake things on the bottom. The jury's still out as to whether or not I like them, but I will go ahead and put a few of them on the bottom here. I don't know if I like that. It's kind of cheesy looking. What do you guys think? Do you like the snowflake? Yay, nay? Do the snowflakes add anything to it? Is it better without it? Tell me what you think. Yes, no on the snowflakes. Hello, Cold Pepsi. Should we add the snowflakes or should we take them out? I don't know that they add anything to it or if they subtract anything from it is probably more likely. I think they subtract. Let's take it out for right now. What I will do though to cover that base up right there is I'll just add a little bit of this felt to make it just look like there's snow around the trees. How about that? We'll do this one differently. So I'll lift this up. We'll add some felt and give the trees a skirt. Then we don't have to worry about the snowflakes on it. How's that look? Is that better? Okay, that's better, but we need to make it twice as better by making sure that it's covered in well. I'm sorry you're looking at it upside down. I just needed to try to figure out how to work on it first. So I'll turn it this way so you can see it better. And then that will be, yeah, that looks so much better. Okay, thanks, Cold Pepsi. I appreciate that. Come on, talk to me, girl. Talk to me, sister. Yes. That looks so much better. It looks like a little bit of snow on the trees. Now we'll lay the tool back down on it. That looks pretty. Yes. Turn on our flakes. Yes, that's a bright thing on the camera, isn't it? Bright, bright, bright. Okay. So now what we're going to do to finalize our project. Oh, I got to get that out of the garbage. I just threw my marker away by accident. What we are going to do now, my friends, to finalize our little project is we are going to put the snowflake on it. And again, I picked this snowflake up at the Dollar Tree. They're kind of cool. They have a little glitter on the bottom of them. Some of the spots are cut out and punched out. Some of them aren't, so you can make it, punch them out as many as you want or not. It's up to you. We don't need them punched out because we're going to cover them up anyway. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Thank you. Yes, I agree. It's better, too. So now we take our snowflake. We're leaving our little plug at the bottom out. And we're going to center this in at the tip of our snowflake like that. All right. This is how this will go around it. It's a snowflake, you guys. And let's go ahead and put some glue around the back. Okay, our battery pack again will be, oh, I dropped it because I burnt my hand on the hot glue. I got my finger in the hot glue by mistake. Okay, there we go. Let's fluff our zhuzh or bow out here so that looks better. Including the inside of there. Oh, wow, that's so pretty. All right, now I am going to flip this over because we want to hide this cord, right? So what I'm going to do to hide the cord is I'm just going to make a snip. Be careful of the cord. I'm going to make a snip in the bottom of here, and I'm going to bring the cord around to the back and hide it like that. What I'll do now, this is the whole project, especially since we're not putting the glitter on. But what I will do for my battery pack is if you want to, when you hang, I'm going to put my battery pack with the screw side up so that we can replace these when we need to. And I'll just glue it onto the back center of here so that when I put a hanger on here and hang it on my cabinets, that this battery pack will not be in the way, but I still will be able to access the battery pack to turn the lights on and off when I need them. And in fact, I'm going to turn it sideways so that I can turn it from the side on and off when I need to turn the battery pack on and off. Thanks, Cold Pepsi. I appreciate that. That's how it will look. This is so pretty. To hang on a cabinet door in your kitchen, you can make 2 or 3, or you can make 4 or 5 if you want. And then you can make some that don't even have the snowflake behind it, but just kind of have this this floral wreath and maybe just the tulle on it to be able to make it for the snowflake. You can do it without the little bow, or you can add different tulle behind it to give the bow even more definition. Again, make it your own. Make it the project that you would like. But this is the way that I'm going to try to hang it in my kitchen. And I think they're cool. The snowflake makes it look full. Yes, it does. It fills it out tremendously. There are little snowflake lights, the snowflake itself, and the back of it. It does make it look like a complete full project instead of just that little bitty ring, right? And they don't all have to be matchy. That's our word for today, matchy. They can be matched one way, the other way. They don't have to be matchy. But they have the common theme of snowflake. Actually, this is the one that I like the most. Cold Pepsi, thank you so much for telling me not to put those on there, because that looks kind of cheesy. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It just doesn't add anything to it. But this one looks so clean, crisp and clean compared to this one. Yep. I could take these off with it. I'll heat the gun up and take those off of there to make that look cleaner. But this one just looks very classy to me. Very classy. What's your thought? What's your thought? Here's A and here's B. That one looks so classy. Love it. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. This is our little wreath to hang on our cabinet doors. I will probably use, to hang them up, I will probably use some, you like B too. Thanks, Cassandra D. I like B as well. It's just cleaner. It's just a cleaner look. So I'm going to take those off of there. I will probably use some command strips to hang them and put a little hook on the back so that the battery pack does make it stick out a little bit. When we hide the battery pack, it makes it, let me flip this over and show you. It makes it stick out just a little bit. See that? But it will absolutely still lay onto the cabinet if I use some command strips with the hook on the back of it. So that is probably how I am going to hang them on the cabinet with the battery pack on it. I love it. And you don't have to have the lights on all the time in order for it to be pretty. When we turn the light off, and let's turn the light off, it still looks good. That's the thing that I like. Thank you, Cold Pepsi. I hope you do. And tag me in your photos on Instagram or send them to me. My email is in the bio. Or you could tag me Classy Shay, Sharon Tucker Classy Shay on Instagram. I would love to see them. I'd love to see them. So part of the thing for me when I make stuff for, especially during Christmas time, I like for my Christmas trees to look pretty, whether the lights are on or whether the lights are off. And I think this looks so pretty even with the lights off. And then when we turn the light on, it's pretty as well. So cool. Love it. Love to hear that you're going to try it. Everything came from the Dollar Tree. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $7 in both of these projects, because remember, or maybe $8 in both of the projects, because remember, I out of the felt paper, I bought one ring and I was able to get both of them out. The rings come in 2 in a pack. Each snowflake was $1.25, of course, everything $1.25 now. These came in 1 pack together, and the trees came 6 in a pack. So most things were multiples, so I didn't have to spend for each $1.25 for each one. So you can do this project for, I believe, $10. And then, of course, you have to have your own batteries, but you can make it all from the Dollar Tree that also sells packs of AA batteries, 4 packs. So there you go. You can get it all and do it all from the Dollar Tree to make your cabinet wreaths for your doors. There we have it. That is our project for today. And if you were late getting on, I'm going to show you how the project for last week turned out, because I didn't get to get it finished in time to put it on Instagram before today. I did finish it though. And this is how full it is and how full it turned out. That's the front. I used 3 different size bulbs. Christmas ornaments. These are little teeny tiny ones. Here's some middle size on this one, and then of course the larger ones here, and then the gigantic one in the middle. And on the back, I use the ribbon to cover up the back. That's how I completed the back to make sure it was covered up. Remember last week I was trying to decide whether or not to use glitter to cover up the back, but I found this ribbon at the Dollar Tree. And I said, oh, I could use that to run it along the back and cover up the back of the project. So that's what I did. I used the ribbon to cover up the back, and I used the all those multiple balls on the front. Now I'm going to go and hang this, and I probably will have this hanging for more than just the holiday season, because my girls' closet is pink. My closet, it's pink, and so I might just leave this hanging in there next to my little sayings that I have for Girl Power. But this is today's project that we worked on, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I will see you next week. Love that you come in and spend an hour with me every week. Thank you so much for your time. I will post things up on my video. I think next week we'll work with some epoxy. I have a couple of projects that I need to get done. If I don't do it for our Sunday time together, the epoxy project, I will definitely work them and post them. Until next time, stay classy. I'll see you in our next video. Bye.